I'm not looking for acceptance. I'm not looking for your validation. I am telling you what's going down. I can't with gays and theys. I love that.
I'm very inclusive.
That's very hilarious.
How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
You are stunning.
Thank you.
You are.
That's a lie.
Like, the industry is glamorizing, the Nepo babies. But at the same time, demonizing it too, because then everyone's mad that.
I mean, did he seriously just say it's challenging being a celebrity baby? It's challenging being born into generational wealth? Because that's what Magic Johnson has. He has generational wealth. So I can't see how it was challenging for you to be born with a silver spoon in your mouth. But okay.
Like, to be honest, like, I never saw anything wrong with it. Like, I never saw anything wrong with anything that I did. Like, even when I was a kid and, like, they were like, well, you can't wear skirts. And I was like, well, why not? It's like, my inner being was like, there's nothing wrong with this, especially if I look cuter than any girl does. Like, what's the problem? Like, what's the issue?
Oh. Oh. Okay. So clearly EJ has been delusional for a very long time. He said that him in a skirt as a child, he looked cuter than any other girl. Okay. I strive to have that level of confidence, that level of delusional confidence. I'm sure it came easier to him, though, since he is a Nepo baby and he grew up privileged without a care in the world, and he still doesn't have a care in the world. So.
And that's exactly how I apply it to myself to these days in the way that I present, like in my feminine regalia. I'm always been a feminine being, and like that's just like how I best express myself. But I'm like, listen, I'm out all the time, and like I'm killing a dress, and no one else is. Like the girls in the room are not doing it. Like they don't look cute.
Okay, so he said he lives in New York. He's out in New York a lot. I really have a hard time believing that he's the only person in a room full of actual women, and he's the only one that's killing it in a dress. I mean, that's EJ. He should be a comedian. I think he missed his calling.
They're not dressed to any nine, so
I love it.
Okay, so we're going based off of dress to the nines, meaning, you have access to all the highest fashion and, you probably, I don't know what he's wearing. I'm not into fashion, but I'm sure it's a labeled item, like something very expensive. But just for the record, an actual woman can put on anything, and her body most likely, I mean, most women, I'm not going to say every single woman is beautiful visually to the world, but I will say that most women, they are beautiful in their femininity. And take me for example, I could be in a dress right next to EJ, and I'm sure straight men are going to look at me first before they look at him, because he's a man and he presents physically as a man, regardless of what he feels inside. He still looks very masculine. So consider yourself lucky that, you had such an easy childhood and you felt free to wear dresses, and, you felt free to come out in your high school, which I'm sure was full of other Nepo babies, and other people who were celebrity children. So, yeah, you're very, very fortunate. Very fortunate. So you didn't earn any of this, EJ. None of it. It was given to you at birth because of who your father is, because of the things that he accomplished.
You watching The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. I'm assuming Lisa Vanderpump was in
she
was she a part of it?
No, she was there.
Okay.
This was the very first.
Yeah.
This was the very first season. Yeah, but she and Adrienne Maloof were her neighbors in Beverly Hills. So like I was like I wanted to watch because I knew that the neighborhood was going to be on it.
Was that your neighborhood too?
Yeah, I grew up in the same. My parents lived there, like in the same neighborhood in Beverly Hills. They don't live there anymore, but at the time they did. But yeah, her and Kyle and all those people were hilarious. But yeah, like I literally did that. I remember vividly. We were sitting there and it ended, and I literally was like, I can do that shit. And then it happened.
I love the manifestation of all that story.
I know.
So when you did Rich Kids of Beverly Hills, did you feel like
manifestation of what? He did not earn any of this. This was all given to him. Again, It's all been given to him. He has not had to work for anything. He's a nepo baby. He grew up in luxury and excess, and he has access to anything that he wants, anything at any time.
Okay, this is my time.
I really did not overthink it at that time. It kind of just was like, it was here. I was like, I'm going to take advantage of it. I'm going to, because you have to remember, this was way before the brand deals and, all the products. And like, this was way before any of the bitches were doing any of that. So like, it wasn't as strategic because you were just kind of seeing like, well, what, and even like my managers and, agents at the time, it was very much like whatever sticks works, whatever box they put you in, that's who you're going to be. Like, that's,
Why does he keep referring to women as bitches? That's offensive, EJ. Like, it really sounds like you don't like women at all. Like, at all. But you strive to be one. So that doesn't make any sense to me, my guy.
like it was very up to the industry.
This is the pronouns that you go by today, or how do you identify your sexuality?
I just say call me EJ as much as possible,
Okay.
and being and like, that's really what all that matters to me. It's like I'm extremely happy in this body. Like I love my skin. I love waking up and being me every day. Like it's a beautiful thing. Like to walk into the bathroom and see yourself in the mirror and you're just like,
I'm sure it is a beautiful thing to walk into the bathroom in your probably $1 billion house that you live in your beautiful house with all your beautiful clothes and, your beautiful cars, to not have to worry about anything. I'm sure that's amazing. I'm sure that is amazing. So you really haven't had any real struggle in your life. It doesn't sound like it. You didn't struggle with coming out of the closet. Even though TMZ outed you, you didn't really feel like it was a problem. While it was inappropriate, like you said, it was inappropriate. But at the same time, you were still okay with it.
Biggest storylines on your spinoff was, you and your sister liking the same guy.
Honestly, that is ultimately what got the show picked up. But also, in terms of the gender and sexualities and stuff like that, it was very important because that happens. I don't attract gay men, and I'm not attracted to gay men. Like,
oh yeah, this is what I wanted to talk about. He doesn't attract gay men, and he's not attracted to gay men. That's very interesting because that sounds to me like he is dealing with men that are down low, and that is very dangerous. It's very, very dangerous, and it kind of sounds like you are applauding that type of behavior. It's crazy. That is absolutely crazy. You should be telling others that it's okay to live in their truth. Any man that is attracted to you is absolutely gay. Absolutely, without a doubt. He may be on the down low, but he is gay.
it's just not a thing.
Tell me more about that.
It's just, I think like if you ask any of the girls, like they'll tell you the same. And I think they're just labels. That's why like I don't care what, like I'm dating someone. I'm like, I don't care what you identify as or what you call yourself, as long as you're happy being who you are. But no, to be honest, it's like that's why I don't go to gay clubs. I don't go to, gay things, because it's like the men that I attract are not there. And also like they're like, they kind of like wave you off. You're just like, oh, that, hey girl, like, it's not, you're not in here like the rest of us are. It's always, but I never really understood it until now, because before when I would go and I just was like, there's something about this room. It's like, it's almost like they don't want me here. Like I'm not really in it here because I'm not presenting as a man. I'm not presenting in that way.
And to be clear, the gay community room.
Yeah.
Your own community. Yeah.
But it's not like a shameful thing or just like, oh, they're mean to me. But it's like, these are not my men in terms of attraction. Now, if I'm just going to have a kiki, sure. But like, these are not the men that are interested in me in that capacity. I do that when I go to the straight rooms.
So.
Ooh, that smile. That is disturbing. That is absolutely disturbing that you think that you are so beautiful and you present so well as a woman that straight men think that they're dealing with a woman when they look at you. That's disturbing. And it's also disturbing that you think that's cute. That it's cute to be messing with a man who identifies as straight and might have a female partner, and you think it's cute that he's also messing with you. That's not cute. It's very dangerous, and that's honestly not what the LGBTQ community needs right now. Like you're not doing any favors for them with what you're saying right now. And that smile is hideous.
So has it always been that way for you in terms of when it comes to men? Um, has it always been what some people consider the straight guy always being the one that would approach you?
Or somebody who, yeah, or has been intimate.
I like how King said the straight guy, because even he knows it's ridiculous, and EJ is delusional. But of course, he it's EJ Johnson. He wanted to get the interview. He's going to kiss up to him. He's going to suck up to him and do what he needs to do. But yeah, that's just crazy. There is no such thing as a straight man being attracted to you. The way you present yourself right now, you're still very masculine, even though you feel like you present very femininely. Clothes, makeup, and all of that doesn't make you feminine.
And dating, women for most of their life, or like up until then, for sure. Absolutely. It has always been that way, but now it's like even more so. Now that I definitely present in more.
Yeah, that's definitely just somebody who has been confused about their sexuality for the longest time. They've been scared about coming out. And, if they have dealt with women and they are still attracted to women, then they're clearly bisexual. But again, any man who is attracted to you or another man is absolutely gay or bisexual. There is no straight man being attracted to you.
Of a feminine way, because also like it's like my energy is that.
Have your newfound, not newfound, that's wrong to use, has your sort of like, I like to call it a rebirth, because I feel like even talking to you now, you're like you said earlier, look, I know who I am. I love how I see in the mirror. I'm shedding all of whatever I was there back then, who I am now. Has that cultivated a stronger relationship with your parents, or has it been challenging for you there too, just being, how you are now?
No, definitely not challenging. I think everything, honestly, in this era of my life has become so much easier. But even I told them on my birthday, in June, that I was like, we're not doing man, we're not doing gay, like, and it was very freeing. And also, it just was, it just was like I wasn't like I'm not, and it's very important, I think, too, when you're, I hate the term.
This is somebody who has never been told no in his entire life, who has never ever been told that what he's saying is wrong. He's probably been coddled his entire life and congratulated even for the bare minimum. So this is the reason why he's probably the way he is, because he's never been told no. He's always just been able to do whatever it is that he wanted to do without any type of consequence or pushback.
Coming out, but I think when you're telling people about who you are telling them. I'm not looking for acceptance. I'm not looking for your validation. I am telling you what's going down. And yeah, we had that conversation, and it was, it was very easy, because I just told them, flat out, like I was like, this is, who I am, and this is how we're moving and grooving and going forward. And even like son, I was like, the.
Okay, so I find it really interesting. I know that this would have never happened, but him telling his family, this is how things are going to be, and this is how we're moving forward, and this is how I expect you to address me as. I wonder if his parents said to him, okay, well, EJ, you can do whatever you want to do, but you're on your own. You won't be getting any type of allowance. You need to go out into the world and make it on your own. I wonder then what his life would look like right now, because he had no real consequence, or no real negative reaction from him telling his parents what it is, because he probably grew up being very spoiled. He gives off a snobbish, spoiled, he gives that off. So
world tried to give me that label, like Magic Johnson's son, and I was like, well, he's dead, and now there's this thing. Like,
wait, what
we're not
did
doing
he
that
say?
anymore. So it wasn't like a big conversation, but I think what I loved about it was so easy, because we just said it. You are telling them. I'm not looking for acceptance. I'm not looking for your validation. I am telling you what's going down. And yeah, we had that conversation, and it was, it was very easy, because I just told them, flat out, like I was like, this is, who I am, and this is how we're moving and grooving and going forward. And even like son, I was like, the world tried to give me that label, like Magic Johnson's son, and I was like, well, he's dead, and now there's this thing. Home or leave your family, like whenever it is safe for you to do so, go. It's like, and also too, it's like that the idealized family, like it doesn't exist. It is what you make of it. Like you don't have to stay if everyone's treating you poorly. You know, you don't have to be involved if you're not getting what you need. You don't have to do anything, you know, honestly. And yeah, you know, and I think like the image of, you know, my family was nice and healing for the world, but it wasn't like I didn't struggle, you know, there wasn't difficulties to get there, you know, in terms of getting to that point.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that also too, it's like you can't just like wipe away, you know, just like understand that like, you know, sometimes they're there and then sometimes they're not. And that doesn't make it doesn't make your story any less, you know, powerful if you weren't given, you know, if those, you know, people aren't going to stand behind you
Yeah.
and give you that love that you need, then go find some other people who will.
Yeah. I've always wanted to ask you this because
He has such a shit-eating grin.
obviously, like I said, you're the offspring of a legend that is in a that was in a sport that is heavily male dominated, obviously, and just like, you know, the locker room talk.
Like, if your community's mad, then let them be mad. But I've always thought that was just stupid, that they thought that, like, you know, I was supposed to be playing basketball or something. Like, first of all, like, do you know how difficult it is to become an NBA player? Like, number one, it's like, it's a very hard process. And, like, if I wanted to do that, then
People said you should have been playing basketball because you had the build for it. You're like 6'7". That's why they were saying, and you're Magic Johnson's son. So they were probably thinking it was in your genetics to want to play basketball. Nothing wrong with you wanting to wear dresses and not do that, you know, but that's why people were saying that, probably.
I would have done it. But, like,
Are you dating now?
I am outside. I'm definitely outside. I had to get a little more serious, though, I think, in this new year, for sure. I think before I was kind of just, like, enjoying myself and kind of just, like, dating to date. But now I'm being much more strategic about it. And it's like, if we're not actually going to enter into a relationship, then, you know. And I think that's where you have to put the boundaries up with the so-called straight guys, because
Oh, I'm glad he said that. The so-called straight guys. Yeah, so I'm glad you said that, EJ. The so-called straight guys. Yep. So I'm glad that you refer to them as so-called straight guys because you know that they're not straight, you know. Um and probably a lot of the men that would approach you, they want something from you. I mean, you have a lot of resources. You can change their life for real. So I'm sure they're driving your car. I'm sure they get an allowance, you know, and you want that title. And you probably had a lot of them that were saying, well, why do we have to have a title? You know, why can't we just do what we do? You want to show the world that you're desirable as a woman with a straight man. So you are now pushing them to give you that that validation of a relationship. And they probably don't want to. Because they're not serious about you. They're just serious about the things that you can do for them. Those are the perks.
they'll just try to like put you off to the side or like keep you in the dark and like I'm not living in the shadows anymore.
Have you ever dated somebody that was
Not
DL?
living in the shadows anymore.
For sure. I think at the time it's just like you just are like, oh well, you know, I'm just trying to be respectful, but really you're not doing yourself any respect.
Were they married?
No, I've never dated a married man or anybody in a relationship.
Okay.
It's just like they just weren't ready to come to terms with whatever they
Well,
were,
thank
they were
God.
doing. But that's
He
what I was like, I
wouldn't
don't need
date
you
a
to come out or
married
anything,
man.
but it's like
He
I'm
has
not
some
gonna be his.
standards.
So
He has some
there's
morals.
that, you know, and just having that self-respect and just knowing that. But it's made everything a lot easier, for sure.
Do you have a type?
I don't really have like a strict type. I will say like I know I'm tall, but like I do like being with a tall man.
Mm.
Yeah, that I do. I like the sensation of that. But I'm also like very like intellectually inclined. Like I love
So I think you're what, like 6'7"? So the man needs to be at least 7 feet for you to feel short next to him. That's very interesting.
a man who can hold himself and like speak well and like is entertaining and is like really highly intelligent. Like I'm a conversationalist like that, so like that kind of like especially, and also like a man with like a presence. Like I love a powerful presence. Like when you're like, ooh, he has it like that. Like I like that.
Have you ever dated like a celebrity?
I've never dated a celebrity. I don't think. Well, I may have like hooked up with one or two in the shadows.
Rappers?
Mm,
In the shadows. So he's referring to down low men that have not come out, you know, running around with him since he said that he only deals with straight men. That is so disturbing and disgusting, honestly.
I can't tell you all the
Okay,
all the tea.
I know, baby. I know.
I don't think there was a rapper. Might have been.
Because listen, no, because look, you, baby, the places I go, you ain't there, honey, because you are at the like.
Well, that's the thing about, like, those two is having celebrity crushes. Like, you can't do that because I actually do meet these people. So, like, and I've done that before. But like, oh, he is so fine, and then I meet him, I'm like, oh, like, oh no, like you are, very insecure. You're very this, or you're very that. So it's like I don't crush or glamorize.
Oh, he is so fine until you meet him, and he's not giving you the reaction that you think you deserve because you feel like you are more feminine than every other woman in the room. So when he brings you back down to reality and he addresses you as a man and treats you as a man, daps you up like a bro, you don't like that because he's not into you. He's not attracted to you. Probably because he's straight and you are very male presenting, regardless of how you feel, you present.
You are EJ fucking Johnson, so do they have to have a coin?
Well, I need to be taken care of, obviously. I mean, if I
I mean, but EJ got money.
if I could.
He's obviously the one taking care of them. I mean, let's be real here. Let's be real with ourselves, people. And he needs to be real with himself, too. He knows he's the one taking care of them.
Well, I'm not taking care of anyone. Like, I'm not a sugar mama. No, like, I don't. That the girls, you don't marry to take care of him. Like, he's marrying to take care of you. I mean, it just depends on what you want. But he's not marrying into my system. We're getting married and starting our own system. People just need to be mad about something, to be honest.
Oh, 100%.
It's like everyone needs, they always have to be mad about something.
We're done. We're done. I don't really care what else they have to talk about.